Starting out, we are updating our church directory, as I've mentioned every week for the last I don't know how long. And Diane Conrad sitting in the back at the computer there. If you want your name and phone number and possibly a picture in the church directory, see Diane back there. And it pays off when we have people's names and phone numbers so we can get a hold of them. So on the 7th of May will be our fellowship dinner. And basically what we do after church is we have just a get-together right here in the sanctuary, and we bring food. Well, I don't bring food, but my wife does, and a couple other folks bring food, and we sit and you can meet your fellow Christians in this church, and nothing but good stuff comes out of that. So I suggest that. We have a women's Bible study on Mondays with Sue Duncan teaching it. It starts at 7 o'clock. We have a Wednesday Bible study. It starts at 7. I teach it. I've been teaching it. Pastor Gary and I are going to switch off different books at a time. So he starts this Wednesday in the book of Ruth. The book of Ruth. If you haven't read it for a while, I suggest you go and read it. So it's a very interesting book, needless to say. We have a children's ministry that if you have youngsters, I think up to the age of 12. Is that right? Yeah, you can bring them. We can take them back in the back room, and we can keep them busy. We teach the Bible to them and do all sorts of neat things like that. We have opportunities to serve in this church. If you're interested, you can talk to one of the. You can talk to our senior pastor, or you can talk to one of the board members. Board members are myself, Gary, Dan, and James back there, and of course our pastor. You know who that is. So we do not come up and collect tithes and offerings. We have an agape box back here in the back. If you want to donate to the church, you can just drop your stuff in a church envelope in there, and it'll get registered, and we keep track of that. And at the end of the year, you'll get a tax statement basically stating how much money you've donated to the church. That's pretty much it that I can think of right off the top of my head. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn it over to our new blessed senior pastor, Pastor Wayne Cash.